Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I'm presenting an Arceus deck, and I'm a big fan of Arceus, I will say. And this list was played at the San Antonio Regional by two players, Mathew Statford and Nathan Statford. Same last name, assume they're relatives, maybe brothers, don't know though. And they both did very well with the deck, or well. I mean, look, they 41st place for Mathew, 54th place in Nathan. It was over a 2,000 person event, so 41st, 54th, very good results, so they should be pleased with themselves. And I'm always looking for an Arceus build, so definitely wanted to take a look at this, talk about the list, and then we'll see it in action. So Arceus Vstar, you should be familiar with this. The deck plays a typical 3-4 Arceus Vstar line, and sometimes you're just attacking with this. It does Trinity Nova for 3 energy, does 200 damage. You search your deck for 3 basic energies, attach them to your V Pokemon any way you like. So the basic energy, as we see when we get to it, will be Psychic Energy in this deck. Doesn't matter for Arceus, but it matters for what else it's paired with here. And then, of course, it's also got the Starbirth ability, which is tremendous. Once during the game, during your turn, you may search your deck for any 2 cards, put them into your hand. So very, very good for setting up. But we also have another V-Star power in this deck that was nice to use, so we want to avoid using Starbirth whenever possible. But you do want to set up, so you don't avoid using it to the point that you don't set up and just lose the game. Okay, so this deck plays a 1/1 Regigigas V-Star line. I have never played Regigigas before, and I know that because I had to craft the V-Star. I had 0 copies in my collection, but it's 300 HP, so it's tanky. It's a tanky V-Star, which is nice. The retreat cost is 4, so ouch there. But we have some switching in the deck to deal with it. It's got a nice attack, Giga Impact for 3 energy, 3 colorless. It does 230, a nice number. Can't attack the next turn, though, so that's not ideal unless we do a double switch, which is certainly possible. And then what happens here is, so 230 is a nice number because we only do 200 or 180 if we have a DTE to Arceus V-Star. So Arceus has a tough time one-shotting basic Vs and basics EXs. So Regigigas V-Star helps us in that situation, which is very good. And then it does have an ability, which I made mention of before. I didn't tell you what it was. It's Star Guardian. During your turn, if your opponent has exactly 1 card remaining, so it's good for that, right? That's a nice thing. You may choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and they discard that Pokemon, all attached cards to it. So it can cause a lot of disruption there. So obviously you can't use it till late in the game. So you use Arceus V-Star game, early game if you need to set up. If you can hold off, then we have Regigigas Star Guardian towards the end to help close things out. Get rid of something that our opponent needs to close out the game, right? Okay, so 1/1 Regigigas V-Star. Then we play a Zacian V, which I wasn't taking a lot of advantage of, I got to say, when I played it. But at 220 HP basic V, it can attack Slash Storm for 3 energy, does 60 plus 30 more for each Psychic Energy attached, so hence why we play the basic Psychic Energy. If you accelerate 3 Psychic Energy to it, say a 1 Arceus V-Star, then it's 60 plus 120 more, which is 170, right? Or no, 190. So that's which is a decent number, right? You get 1 more, you're up at 220, which is a much better number. So it can help knock out those basic Vs and basic EXs, or more if you get more energy accelerated as the game goes on. But Roar of the Sword also can have value. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Psychic Energy, attach it to one of your Pokemon, and then your turn ends. So if you go first in particular, or even second, you can utilize it to accelerate a Psychic Energy to Arceus V so that you can attack with the V-Star with a DTE attachment the following turn. I think that's part of the logic. Didn't quite utilize that so much when I played it. All right, we also play a Mew EX. It does a couple things. It provides a pivot, so that is good. It has the restart ability. Once during your turn, you may draw. You have 3 cards in hand, which can come in useful. We play a barrel engine too, so we're not relying on that. And then genome hacking can be useful. You choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. Use that attack for 3 colorless energy. You got to get it powered up, though. We do play a Raihan, so that can help us, but it still will take 2 turns to power it up because Arceus V-Star only accelerates to Vs. Mew EX, of course, is an EX, not a V, so we can't power it up that way. So it's a little tricky that way. And of course, we can use Zacian V as well to help power it up, but then you're not attacking that turn. We also play a Radiant Alakazam. Painful Spoon's ability, you can move 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another. If we're just missing some knockouts, it can help us clean things up there. And we can attack with it. For two energies, a Psychic Colorless, and as I said, we do play basic Psychic Energy, does 20 damage for each card in your opponent's hand, and sometimes that gets to be a big number. Opponents people like to get big hands, but then they're looking the potential of big damage. So the attacking option is definitely there for sure. And then we do play a Barrel Engine, a 2/2 Barrel and 1 Skwovet, a typical combo there, and a couple cards to cause some trouble. Spiritomb with Fettered in Misfortune ability. Basic Pokemon V in play have no abilities. Of course, it shuts down your Zacian V, so just be aware of that if you're going to rely on that. You can attack with it. It does 10 damage and goes back into your hand, so a pivot if you think that's what you want there. And then the Jirachi with Stellar Veil from Paradox Rift prevents all damage counters from being placed on your bench Pokemon by effects of attacks used by your opponent's bench Pokemon. Particularly, it shuts down the Sableye, blanking there. And of course, Medicham V also is a dangerous deck. So Inteleon, Medicham V, or Medicham V's popping up as some different things, so stopping that attack too is useful. That's all the Pokemon. That's a good number of Pokemon variety. We play 4 DTE, which is what you almost always play with Mew. We play 7 Psychic Energy, so we have some to accelerate with Arceus, as well as Zacian V and such, and then 2 Jet Energies, which pays a colorless energy, which we need, and also does switching for us, which is good in a number of situations, including helping dealing with that pesky Snorlax stall, right? Okay, a decent variety of cards, but nothing too crazy. 1 box of Disaster, right? If the Pokemon V this card's attached to has full HP, it's knocked out from damage from an attack. You put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. That can be useful there on like the Arceus or the Regigigas or the Zacian V there. 1 Raihan, just obviously very good. If you're knocked out, you accelerate energy from the discard pile to any one of your Pokemon and search your deck for any one card. 1 Escape Rope, that's the only switching card besides the Jet Energy to do any switching. If the opponent switches to 1 Avery, which is a very situational card. 1 copy is fine in a deck like this. If you get it the turn you need it, you play it, but you draw 3 cards. Your opponent discards from their bench until they're down 3 Pokemon. Don't let your opponent get rid of damaged Pokemon, though. So just be mindful of when you play it versus not. 4 Nest Ball and 4 Ultra Ball, just a good set of Pokemon search. 1 Choice Belt just helps with the numbers against some things. 30 more damage to your opponent's V Pokemon. 4 Boss's Order, just super, super important card there. So really leaning into it with 4 copies. 3 copies of Path to the Peak, shuts down Rule Box Pokemon, which obviously you want to be aware of that for your Arceus, Vstar, or your Regigigas. Vstar or your Zacian V, but it's very disruptive to a lot of decks. And we 2 play 2 Lost Vacuum if we need to get rid of it to utilize our V's ability at some point. 4 Iono, good early, good late, just a good early draw, good disruption there. 2 Sharon's Care, good in the Arceus deck. You put one of your colorless Pokemon, which Arceus or generally Regigigas, could be some other Pokemon too, like Bibarel, that has any damage counters on it, as well as all attached cards. That means tools, energies into your hand, so that's a good way to get a damaged Pokemon out of harm's way. 2 copies. And those are all the cards, so a very solid list it's a teched out list designed for a specific tournament. It probably could be tweaked to make it a bit more general for the latter usage. But hey, I want to give this deck a try. I haven't played with the Regigigas Vstar before, so let's take a look on the ladder and see what I can do. All right, let's see what happens this game. Sorry, I was rambling there before the game, so I'll try and cut out that rambling. I like to kind of do the transitions at that black screen it gives between things. Just makes it easy in terms of the video cuts, right? Then I know I'm not cutting anything out visually. I was just kind of muttering and rambling on, though, so I don't really want to include all that rambling. And I'm still rambling now. I guess I'm in a rambling mood today. But of course, nothing's happening, so I'm not sure what to talk about. I like Arceus decks. All right, not. I'm going second. I might be able to use if I hit DTE. I'm in very good shape. All right, so I think, or am I going first? Now I've lost track of that. Now I've lost track, and if I'm going, oof, maybe I'm going second. Maybe I'm going first. Well, we'll see what happens. Problem if I don't get energy attached, that's what's bad for me. All right, that's not good. I'm going first. I'm not getting energy in play, so it's not good. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate is what I'd say. Do I play the Vstar or do I just Iono? We'll see obviously what my opponent does. Of course, if they knock out my Arceus V, I think I just concede at that point. We will see what happens. They can't dark patch to it because it's in the active, though. I haven't really played a lot of Roaring Moon, I gotta say. So I've just done what's on the ladder, the battle pass that we get, but I haven't really worked at it, which I want to do. I definitely want to do that. It's an appealing card. Obviously, does big damage potentially. These Paradox Pokemon are fun, right? These tools are very good. What are they going to do here? I don't think they're going to attack this turn. So I guess attaching to the active was correct. I mean, obviously 290 HP, that's quite nice on a basic. All right, so I'm going to get rid of an Iono and one of these stack of bosses. I'm going to play Iono. That's going to happen. I think I need to evolve here. If they want to blow me up, they can. They're going to have to use their big attack to do it, though. Iono. We'll see what I draw. See what gets going here. That's kind of get going. See what I hit. Path. Do I want to chuck down Path? It's good. I don't have a bump to Path, I gotta say, which is a bummer. Okay, so if I get an Arceus, what else do I have? I can play Rope, and I can grab a Rope and a DTE. I guess that's what I'm doing here. Rope, DTE, play the Path. Because I can accelerate to my guy on the bench, right? That's the thought there. And Rope is my only switching card. So, okay. There have been worse things in the world, obviously, than this. Not loving life, though. So okay. That's good. So doing 0 damage, which is 0 damage is it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Draw a card here. Certainly would like to get something else on the bench if possible. Oh, I do play Lost Vacuum, so I do have a card to bump Path. My apologies. So I'm going to power up. I'm going to put 2 on the Vstar, and 1 here. If they don't knock me out, I have the Jet Energy as the handstands. If not, I have the barrel, and they're gonna, if they Iono me, they could judge me to 4, but it's more likely that they would Iono me to 6. And of course, I have the barrel's draw, so I probably will hit an energy is what I'm thinking. So bumping my Path, and they want a Stadium in play with the Stadium in play, they can knock me out. So they grabbed a boss. Obviously, they need to use their big attack there to knock me out. Okay, so the Weezing's gone. This is the Weezing, I believe, that all right. I don't know how effective that is in the deck. I mean, look, they're looking to get a bunch of energies in play. They have the Darkrai. The Darkrai's in the active. I will not knock him out next turn. I'll send up the V-Star. They only have the only way they can knock him out is with the big attack, which is good. Okay, I don't need to use the V. I'm just thinking I don't need to attach the Jet Energy this turn. I could Sharon's Care. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. They might not, you know. Okay, they switched before they Dark Patched, so did they use a supporter? They haven't used a supporter this turn, right? I think Arvin was last turn. So Sada, no. Okay, well, I have Jet Energy. Okay, well that's okay. That's not good for them, is what I will say. Let's see. I think I'd like to stop Darkrai V-Star from doing its thing, so I think I tossed down the path. That's partly what I'm thinking here. So I think I want to thin my hand is what I'm thinking here. I could actually let me get rid of their tool. Ditching the tool seems good to me because I'm going to bump their stadium with my stadium, right? So let's get rid of this annoying tool here. I will bump their stadium. I will draw some cards. I do have boss. Do I want to attack and to hit into something else, though, right? That's one of those questions. I could take something out. I think I'd like to. I'm going to make life difficult. I think I'm going to call up the Roaring Moon with less energy on it. Is my thought there, right? I don't accelerate energy. I'd like to get down some another Pokemon, right? That's what I really would like to happen. So, no, I do the full 200, which is nice. They need two, so they need a Sada and an attachment in the active, or they need to, or a switch from the bench, right? But they need a little bit more. They need one more tool at least to make this attack happen. That certainly they may knock me out. I'm not going to be happy if they knock me out, but it is what it is. If they damage you, don't knock me out. I do have Sharon's. No, I don't really. Yeah, Sharon's Care, which is quite nice. I can send up my V and just kind of work on attaching. So do they have the switch card? So they don't have the switch card. That is, I think I need to get something else in play, right? I think that's what I need to do. So, all right, so what do I get rid of? I think I keep the boss. I think I want to keep a Sharon's Care still. Let me grab. No, I don't really want him. I think Regigigas would be nice. I think because Regigigas does 230, so he one-shots Roaring Moon, which is very good. So let me draw here. I think I do want to take the prizes. All right, I evolve here, just makes him a little tankier. And I could gust something up, but I think I want to take prizes. I do believe I do. So, I mean, I could like gust up a Darkrai V, but okay. So I'm just going to attach these all to Regigigas. I've used my Vstar power, right? You know, the Regigigas is partly good because it's Vstar power. All right. Oh, Box of Disaster plays. Okay. Plays Spiritomb, which I don't need for this game. Okay. That's actually good with this, right? If they hit into me, okay, even with that, so they can blow me up, but yeah. So this tool, 60 HP, no special conditions. So I can So part of Regigigas, when I get around to evolving him, so they're taking him out. So I'd blow him up easily. That's the nice thing. I'm just going to smack him with my Arceus. I'm going to put Box of Disaster on him too because why not, right? Do I want... And they conceded. Okay, I was trying to think what to do. I think I needed to... Did I have any... Could I have Raihan? I was trying to think through the play there. I mean, I was in a very good spot. I was going to take the knockout. I was going to attach Box of Disaster, just trying to maximize... I felt, there's things a little bit better than just attacking to do. But anyway, the deck definitely worked well that game. All right, let's see what we can do this time. See if we can pull off another win. See if the deck sets up well. It's a bit of an odd Arceus deck, I will say. It's one I grabbed from the tournament at Dallas. Yes, I want to go first. Hopefully my opponent wants to go first too. Hopefully I get the advantage I want, and I've set them back, right? But we will find out. All right, so, Mew. Mew goes in the active. He's got free retreat. I don't want Regigigas in the active. I can get a Mew down. Giratina. All right. Anyway, I'm going first, so take this. Okay, that's good too. Liking Life. And the Regigigas deck, I think, can be useful in this matchup too. Do I want to... All right, get down a Bidoof, bench Arceus, bench Regigigas. I'll wait on the Jet Energy. I will attach my basic energy and end turn. So we will see what happens here. My Mew should be safe for a turn. Don't know. I mean, the Regigigas Vstar is a very nice attack to copy. Although, no, I do 280, right, and discard energy off of it. No, I'm sorry. This is Regigigas. It's not Giratina. Okay, so it's with Leafeon. Okay, so Leafeon will power it up. I will not get the knockout because I don't play the tool to make that happen. I get Iono'd. It was a nice hand too, but that's life for sure. Okay, Iono. Oh, I do. All right, so let me think. 230, but no, I can't. I do play Choice Belt. Is this a game where I want Zacian V? I don't know that I do. Okay, so they're going to do a big smack next turn, right? A big smack into me, I assume. All right, so let me flip and see what I hit. I got heads, so I think I want the Arceus Vstar. Wait, what? Whoa. I'm all my Arceus Vstars are prized? Well, that's pretty much a disaster, isn't it? Pretty much a disaster. Okay, so how am I going to handle this? Okay, so I guess that's a disaster. Okay, so sorry. I'm just shocked by that. So I'm going to Jet Energy into the active. I'm going to... Do I want the Zacian in play? That's a good question too, right? So, wow, that is just... I'm just sorry. I'm in a bit of shock right now. Against Skwovet, 60, 70. I mean, I could have used... I guess I could have... Well, anyway, all right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to Iono. It's just terrible. The fact that, I mean, I'm just like, I'm just in a state of disbelief, I gotta say, right now. So let me bench him, which isn't bad. I guess I think these are fine. I think I'm just gonna attack now. And I'm gonna put the energies onto all right, so I'm going to put him on Regigigas. I mean, that's the play. I don't know. I'm not loving it. 230. So he does 260. See what happens here. It's not great. I can certainly one-shot the Leafeon V. Wow. Okay, a lot of Regidragos. That's a lot of Regidragos to get in play. Okay, no Pokemon in the discard pile, of course, and they have to get Pokemon in the discard pile. So Regidrago's Vstar power is very good. It would have been good to get Path down to stop Regidrago's Vstar power from happening, but that didn't happen. Maybe I should have done that actually. Oh, that's a good one to copy. That will get them. Yeah, maybe I should have. Maybe I made that mistake. If they don't use the Vstar power, they could sit on it and wait. In which case I'll be happy. All right, what are they going to do? Okay, I mean, I don't knock them out this turn, but and I'm probably not going to get to use the Vstar power. Okay, now how much damage is he doing? Okay. So I do have the knockout here, so that is nice. I could get him out of harm's way here. I don't think I want a boss here. I want to take out the guy with energy. So let me just get some fresh cards. I don't know what I'm looking for, though, I got to say. I'll put the... Regidrago attack is no good, though, right? I'm going to attach here, I guess. I'm just not... I'm not level life. But I get 2 prizes, which means I probably get a V-Star, right? All right, Box of Disaster is good, but I need to don't play that too early. Okay, so I may get knocked out next turn. I might not as well. Give me a V-Star, please. Give me an Arceus V-Star. All right, I got that. That is really, really good, right? I think there's 3 in the deck. All 3 were prized. That unfortunate, but it does happen. I was close to just tossing in the towel, just giving up on that game. I'm glad I've stuck around. So Gardenia's Vigor, all right. I like trying Gardenia's Vigor. It doesn't work overly well, I will say, from my experience. They got 1. They need 2 more energies to attack. And so I'm not sure what they're going to do. Look, I can't... I do have my V-Star power, though. So I'm not going to knock out the active. Well, no, I'm not, because I think all I have in the deck is Rope, right? So I will... Do I want to do the 200? I guess I will just see if there's anything in here. There's not a Pokemon I want. I just want to take a peek at my deck, see what I can grab with Arceus V-Star. It's really what I'm looking for. So, I mean, I can grab a Pokemon too. There's Rope. There's no switch, although, I could grab Jet Energy though, right? No, I don't get the knockout with him. So let me see here, because I don't have another tool. So I will grab Spiritomb. Why not? Why not? I don't want him. It's okay. So I need to grab a Rope. All right, so I'm going to attach an energy. I want to attach a box of disaster just in case, right? Oh wait, that was a huge mistake. That was I just kind of threw the game away, didn't I, with that play? So okay, well that was horrible. I was not supposed to attach that energy there. So I can rope. I'll send up Mew. That was really terrible on my part. I just I ugh. Okay, well I take the knockout this turn, right? I retreat, reset, and take the knockout. So and I save my Vstar. It's okay. It's not it's not great, of course, but retreat, send you up, and don't. And now I can attack again. So that's very nice. Thank you. They sent up the Pokemon that I most wanted to knock out. I think right. That was the Regigigas V with 2 energies. Got another Arceus V. I have Boss. Yeah. So basically, I have game. I think right. I set up Arceus and I have Boss, and this is the Arceus without a DTE, so he does 200 damage, and I knock out the Leafeon V. So I'm pretty sure, and they just use their supporter for turns. So, um, you know, and the only way they don't knock out if they were to knock out the Arceus Vstar, they'd have to. Um, oh, that's not terrible. All right, I'll get rid of Squovit. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure what they're doing here. They have their V-Star power to use, which I assume they will. I don't think they're going to do anything this turn, right? I'm just going to, I Jet Energy, and I Boss, and I have Game. So that's good, right? The Jet Energies are big. In a deck like this, which only plays 1 rope, the Jet Energies, two Jet Energies, I believe it's 2 is all it has, gives you that switching that you need. It's very good. It's very good in a lot of cases. And obviously, going to an event now, Snorlax is definitely something you have to take into account. So, okay, so they got switching card 2. I mean, I don't one-shot the Regigigas V-Star. They can't want me hitting it into it, though, I got to say. I would, look, I have game. They don't know that, of course. I think they want to switch into the Barrel and attach some energy to Regigigas, and they got to switch and hope is really all they can do. Something like Goodra V-Star that's tanky. I don't know what I wasn't paying attention. Did they grab? They didn't grab the switch. What do they have to attack with? Noivern, but that doesn't work. I'm trying to take a look. The game gets a little annoying, so okay, so it's fine. So they are okay. They left him in the active, which I get. I get it. Wow. Okay, this game just kind of wants me to win. So, all right, giving me just all the bosses in the world. Basically, he does 200, so I will boss you up, and there we go. So honestly, the Regigigas, his damage level's not bad. Also, it's actually pretty helpful, right? It gets me to that next level that the Arceus. Look. I haven't played Regigigas before. I will say, I don't know that I love it. I'm not ready to say it's like this great card. And I wasn't sure with the Arceus how well it worked, because part of Regigigas is its V-Star power, and you're usually going to use Arceus' V-Star power. Now with a deck like this, you want to save that V-Star power, so I'm trying to not utilize Arceus V-Star power, right, whenever possible. But just that extra damage, that 230 number is a very good number to hit. So therefore, and even so, we can easily knock out these basic Vs or basic EXs, which Arceus tends to struggle with. Yes, it does 200, but if you attach a DTE, then you're just not hitting the numbers you want. So the Regigigas does give the deck another dimension. I'm not sure the Zacian V. I gotta say, I'm just do I really want to? I have to invest a lot of energies onto it to make it work. I guess it's here partly to turn one. If I go first, I can get an energy onto Arceus, so I'm ready to definitely attack turn two. Maybe that's what it's there for. But then having that two prize liability, you can attack with it, obviously. But I'm not, it's a bit puzzling to me, I'll say, and I've avoided using it, so I didn't obviously maximize it. But anyway, enough rambling here. It is a very solid list. If you like Arceus boxes, this is a fun one to try out. Take care.